Hello students, today let's learn about our first lesson, food, where do we get from? So, why do we eat food? What do we get from food? Food gives us energy. It also, not only energy, food consists of nutrients. What does these nutrients do? How do they help us? These nutrients help us in growth and maintenance of our body to perform all the activities we do outside our body. What activities we generally do? We walk, we dance, we talk, we run, we eat, we cook. So, to perform all these activities, we need certain nutrition, some fuel to our body. This fuel is supplied in the form of food. Okay? Okay. So, what kind of food we generally eat? Yes, we are Indians, right? So, our staple food is rice, dal, chapati, and curries, and vegetables, and eggs, and certain meat. Meat lovers eat meat. So, for example, chapati. How is this food item made? What are added to make a roti or a chapati? Do you know? Yes, chapati is prepared with the help of wheat and water. So, what are these items called? They are called ingredients, substances which are added to prepare one dish or a food item are called ingredients. So, what are the ingredients required to prepare chapati? That is wheat. Also, the powdered form of wheat is nothing but atta. So, to this atta, certain amount of required amount of water is added, and some salt as a taste maker is added. So it is prepared in a nice soft dough, and it is nicely rolled, evenly rolled, and fried on a flat tawa or pan. So this is how chapati is made. Likewise, we eat a combination of chapati with certain curry or dal. So dal is a popular Indian dish which is eaten through entire India, right? And it is a good source of protein and it tastes yummy. So how is this dal made? What are the ingredients in preparing this dal? We add pulses. That is nothing but pappulu, dals. Okay, these pulses are cooked, boiled in water, and certain amount of spices and salt. Spices enhance the taste of the food item. So what are the spices generally? Mustard seeds, cumin seeds, okay, cumin's jeera, mustard, it's nothing but called rai or avalu in Telugu, and you add certain amount of turmeric, that is haldi, and certain chili powder or chilies. So all these, some according to your wish, you people add spices to make this food item called dal. Okay, so where do we get these ingredients from? What are the sources of ingredients to prepare the food items? So, sources of food are from two main sources, that is plants and animals. So, what do we get from plants? Vegetables, fruits, and grains. Okay, so we eat different parts of the plant, right? So, why do we eat plants? We all know that plants are called autotrophs. They prepare their own food materials in the presence of sunlight, air, and water, and this process is called as photosynthesis. So these plants prepare their own food material and store in their plant parts. So we consume those plant parts and get nutrition. So what are the plant parts we eat? Roots, for example, we eat carrots, radish, and beetroot. So the root part of the plant grows beneath the soil. So carrot, radish, and beetroot grow underground. So these part we consume as food materials, and leaves of the plant which we eat as food, all the green leafy vegetables, for example spinach, mint, coriander, kothmir or dhania, and we also eat cabbage. Cabbage is also a leaf. And stems of the plant that we eat as vegetables. Everybody misunderstand that potato and ginger are roots because they grow inside the soil. No, but potato and ginger are also stems of the plant. They are stem part of the plant. And also another example of a stem of the plant that we eat is sugar cane, which grows above the soil. And we also consume flowers as food. What is that? Broccoli and cauliflower. Cauliflower is regularly available for us, whereas broccoli is mostly available in Western countries. Of course, nowadays it is also being available in Hyderabad, but not much. Okay, so apart from roots, stems, flowers and leaves, we also consume seeds of the plant. What are the seeds we eat? The best example is green peas. You all know that if we open the green peas, the pod of the green pea, you find seeds. These are nothing but peas. So we consume it. And also all the cereals like rice, wheat, corn, these all come under seeds. And also pulses, all the dals called like urad dal, masoor dal, chana dal and rajma. These are all pulses. These are all the seeds of the plant. So along with these, we also consume fruits, fruit of the plant. Brinjal, all the vegetables and fruits, fresh fruits come under fruit of the plant. Next, so what is sprouting? When seeds begin to grow, okay, when they germinate, they develop roots, small tiny roots. They are called sprouts. You can see them. You can do this activity sprouting by soaking moong dal or chana dal overnight in water, and after 8 hours you drain the water and tie it in a wet cloth. Then on the third day you observe small tiny white strings coming out of those seeds. They are nothing but roots. When you put them in the soil and cover them, within 1 week you will find small tiny plants coming out. This is nothing but sprouts, sprouting, germinating. Okay, when seeds begin to grow, they germinate from the seeds. It's called sprouts. They are called sprouts, and this process is called sprouting. So sprouts are very nutritious. They are very healthy. So you can all do this activity at home and have sprouts. Okay. Next, till now we discussed what we get from plants. There are also food substances that we get from animals as well. The most important and essential food item that we get from animals is milk. So where do we get this milk from? Cows, buffalo, sheep and goat. And eggs, very nutritious. We commonly get from hens and ducks. And honey. Honey has most medicinal properties in Ayurveda since ages, and we obtain this honey from honeybees. Honeybees collect nectar from the flowers and they prepare honey from the nectar in their hives, and we extract that honey from the beehive, and which has lots of medicinal properties, and also it is sweet in taste, as sweet as honey, we say, right? So next one is meat. We get meat like chicken from hen and sheep, and mutton from sheep and goat. And we all know that seafood is all like fish and prawns are also eaten as food. Okay, so from milk, not only just milk, there are so many milk products obtained from milk. They are called as dairy products. What are the dairy products we consume? Paneer, very delicious, right? Paneer makhani, malai paneer, palak paneer. So very soft in taste, very tender. So it is also called as cottage cheese, which is prepared from milk. And cream, the top layer, when you boil milk, you find the topmost layer of the milk is nothing but cream. It is also called malai in Hindi and meegada in Telugu. And butter. when you churn, when you know churning, that is when you beat the cream, you get butter. Okay, and butter. You all have tasted Amul butter, utterly delicious. Okay, so when you heat this butter, you get ghee. Ghee is also called as clarified butter. And curd, this is a very essential which we daily consume. Curd as rich source of proteins and vitamins. When you take milk, warm milk, and add little bit of previous day's curd, you form in it and set aside it, the milk starts to curdle. This it becomes curd. And cheese, we all love cheese on pizzas, sandwiches, and burgers. So cheese is also a dairy product which we obtain from milk. So, milk and other dairy products are great source of protein, calcium and vitamins, and it is suitable for all age groups. From the time the child born, they depend on milk, and until the old age, we daily depend on milk and milk products for the source of nutrition. Okay, so we all discussed what we as human beings eat. So, what do animals eat? How are they? What are they taste? Do they eat plants? Do they eat animals? So, animals based on their food type, food habits, they are divided into three groups. What are they? Herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Okay, so each animal has their different food taste and they are categorized into three groups. Herbivores. A herbivore is an animal that gets its energy from eating plants and plant parts. Herbivore animal eats only plants and plant parts. Herb means plant. Vor means eater, plant eater only. So what are the examples of herbivores? Cow. We all know cow eats grass and also plants. And elephant is also a purely herbivore. It eats plants, leaves, fruits. It loves fruits. And rabbit, it loves carrot. Caterpillar feeds on leaves, mulberry leaves. And goat, it feeds on grass. Deer, it's also herbivore. So according to their food habits, their teeth has specially developed based on their food habits. So cows and goats, they have wide blunt teeth that are suitable for pulling out plants from the ground and grinding them. So you all know that. Have you ever observed a cow chewing all the time? It sits. There will not be any plant near them. It will sit at one corner and it keeps chewing. Meow, 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 meow. What is that chewing? It's called, these cows and goat, what they do, they eat the plants, okay, and they get back what they have swallowed. They get back the swallowed food into their mouth again and they chew it, keep on chewing. So this what happens? This helps in absorbing more amount of nutrition from the grass. Okay, and squirrels. These squirrels, what do they love? They love nuts, groundnuts, walnuts, etc. So they have developed. So nuts are usually hard. Their shell is hard, right? So they should have sharp front teeth to crack open the nut and eat them. That is called gnawing. GNAW, gnawing. And butterflies and hummingbirds, what do they eat? Butterflies and hummingbirds have consumed nectar on the flowers. So they have developed a straw-shaped mouthparts to suck the nectar of the flowers. So we all love drinking juices, milkshakes with the help of straw, right? How do we enjoy it? Yummy. So likewise, these butterflies and hummingbirds also, they have mouth parts like straw, which helps them in sucking food from flowers. Okay, next comes carnivores. A carnivore is an animal that gets food from killing and eating flesh of other animals. These carnivores, they are called predators. When they attack another animal, They are carnivores are called predators. And what is being eaten by them? Suppose a lion hunts deer and eats. So lion is called a predator, and which is eaten, the poor animal which has been eaten, it becomes the prey, prey. So prey and predator. So carnivore is an animal that hunts and kills and eats the flesh of the other animals. Carni, flesh, vor, eater. Examples: lion, tiger, crocodile, snake, wolf, etc. So, according to their food habits, their teeth has developed accordingly. So, lions and tigers have sharp pointed. They have to tear and eat the raw flesh. So, uh, they developed sharp pointed teeth called canines. They help them tear the flesh of the animals. And frog is also 100% carnivore. It and chameleon. You all know chameleon. It's called Usarvelli in Telugu. I don't know about in Hindi. So they have long sticky tongue which helps in catching insects. A frog sits here and an insect flies. How will it catch? So this will pop out its tongue which has stickiness, and that insect will be caught with it by its tongue, and it will gulp it. Understood? So shark has several sharp teeth to bite chunks of flesh. Sharks eat small fishes, so it has developed small sharp teeth to eat the flesh. Okay. And birds, eagle and hawk, they are also carnivores. They have curved and pointed beak. They have beak which enable them to tear the flesh of the animals. So coming to omnivores, these are the ones which eat both flesh and plants. Omni, all, vor, eater, which eats plants and flesh of animals. The best example is human beings. We depend on both plants and animals as our food, as we eat. We depend on eggs, meat. So we are called omnivores. And bear loves honey. Bear eats both fruits and also fish. And pigs are also called omnivores. Even they eat small animals. And hens eat worms as well as grains. So they have combination of both sharp teeth and front teeth, and also molars which help in grinding. We need chewing. So there are other type of animals called scavengers and decomposers. What are these scavengers called? An animal that feeds on dead organisms, especially a carnivorous animal that eats dead animals, are called scavengers. They also eat live animals, but they eat dead animals. They prefer dead animals. They are called scavengers. Example: vultures, hyenas, and wolves are called scavengers. And decomposers are organisms that feed on dead plants and animals and decompose them. They completely break down the complex plants and animal into small. They decompose them completely. They feed on them and diminish them. Okay. Examples are fungi and bacteria. Both decomposers and scavengers help in keeping the environment clean by removing dead plants and animals. See, suppose if there are no scavengers and decomposers, what will happen? People will be dying. Hundreds of people are dying every day. There are plants which are dead, and animals. If there are no scavengers and decomposers to decompose their body, what will happen? The entire world will be more of dead bodies than live bodies. So thanks to decomposers and scavengers in keeping the environment clean, and we are protected with the help of them. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.